Hi lovelies, Lauren here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as always, if you haven't been here before, please don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future flows. For today's practice, I've got a lovely little flow to restore class. So we're going to start with a little bit of pranayama. We're then going to get the body moving, move a little bit quicker, create a little bit of heat, and then we're going to slow things right down and have some really nice deep stretches at the end. So I hope that sounds okay. So for this class, I recommend you have a cushion. You don't have to have one as large as this. This is just the easiest cushion I have to hand. And maybe grab a block as well. If you have none of those things, just improvise. I don't know, grab pillows from your bed. That will work just fine as well. And a little disclaimer before we get into it, I finally have a new mic. We know how mics go for you. I've had so many problems with them in the past. I'm hoping this is the one. And if it's not, I may curl into a ball and cry. So I hope the sound comes through okay for this class, and I hope we finally are on to a winner. So leave that aside. If you're ready, we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. So feel free to prop yourself up on your cushion or on a block if you feel like the hips need a little bit more height. Just make sure you are nice and comfortable here. So as I say, we're going to start with our pranayama. So we're going to start with the Nadi Shodhana pranayama, which is alternate nostril breathing. So for that, you're going to place your left hand, back of the left hand on top of the left knee. And you can take a mudra here, perhaps bringing the first finger and thumb to gently touch. With your right hand, place your right palm out in front and then just close off your first finger and your middle finger. If that's a little uncomfortable for your hand here, I know sometimes that can be a little bit tricky for some people, you can also fold down the ring finger and use your thumb and your pinky. But usually, traditionally, we use the thumb and the ring finger for this. So what you do, you bring the palm in front of the face, and with the thumb and the ring finger, you close off one nostril at a time. So I'm going to talk you through it. So just start to arrive at this comfortable place. Settle those shoulders down and away from your ears. Find your mudra for you. And just close off the eyes here. Okay. And then gradually, with your ring finger, close off your left nostril. Inhale, breathe in through the right. Close off the right nostril with your thumb, exhale out through the left. We repeat that on the other side. Inhale in through the left nostril. Close off the left, exhale out through the right. Beautiful, keep that going. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close off left, exhale right. And we're going to start to add a little count to this. Inhale through the right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close off, hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale left. 3, 2, 1. Inhale left. 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Close right, exhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close left, exhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Once you think you've got that pattern, keep it going. Keep those counts going in your mind. Closing off the right nostril, exhale out through the left. Beautiful. Just keep it going at your own time with your own breath, keeping those counts. And as you do this, perhaps just reminding ourselves of the benefits of this pranayama. So it really helps to balance both the left and right sides of the brain, and just also helps that flow of energy as well. So breathing in through the nose really helps to dehumidify the air. It cools down the brain, so it has really wonderful benefits. So just keep that going for me. Beautiful. I'm going to join in. One more full round, inhale. Beautiful. Once you've finished that final round of breath, just let your right hand return to the knee. Perhaps you take that mudra, first fingertips gently resting against your thumbs, and start to breathe equally through both nostrils here, seeing if we can keep that slow and steady breath. So maybe we're still inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. And just keep that going. Find that slow and steady breath. We're really using the breath, as always, to help anchor the mind into our practice, to help guide the body as you move, keeping you safe, keeping you secure, and keeping you grounded. And so just staying here for final few moments with your breath. Maybe you can breathe in that little bit deeper. And as you exhale, soften that a little bit more. And then when you're ready, we're going to take the biggest round of breath we've had all day. Take that nice big inhale in. Exhale, nice big sigh. Lovely, well done. Feel free to keep the eyes closed here, keep drawing that lovely awareness in. At any moment you can open the eyes and welcome yourself back into the room. You're just going to take a nice big inhale, start to sweep the arms up nice and high, up and above the head. Maybe the palms come together here, energy out through the fingertips. As you exhale, bring your right hand down towards the ground beside you, left hand reaches up and over. So stretching out through those left fingertips, really separating every bone of the ribcage on that left hand side. Keep sending the left hip down in towards the mat. Inhale. Then as you exhale, you're going to allow this left arm to kind of fall in front of you. Keep reaching out through the left fingertips. Come through a little seated forward fold. So you draw a little circle with the fingertips on the ground. Left arm sweeps around to the left. Place that left palm down and you inhale, sweep up through the right. So we've just gently transitioned onto the other side. And as you come into this side, again, feel free to maybe play with that right arm a little bit. See if we can roll that right shoulder a little bit further back and extend out through those fingertips a little bit more. Then as we exhale again, we gently fold all the way down. Stretch out through the fingertips as you go. Right hand comes down towards the right hand side and we sweep that left arm up. Beautiful. We're going to speed this up a little bit. Inhale as you get to the top. Exhale as you float all the way down. Come through that seated forward fold. Left palm down, right arm sweeps up. And exhale, we keep it going. Lovely, well done. Release through the back of the neck as you come through that fold. Beautiful. Right hand down, left hand up. Inhale. Exhale. Continue to move with the breath. Left palm down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale. One more time, both sides. Beautiful. Inhale. And exhale. Final side. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to pause into our little seated forward fold. So just bring the fingertips out in front. Maybe you can soften through the elbows slightly. Maybe the forearms come all the way down towards the ground. Lovely. And just find a little release for your lower spine. Maybe there's a little sway from side to side. Lovely, well done. You can use your breath also here, maybe with every inhale. We create that little bit more space, create that little bit more lightness perhaps. Then as we exhale, maybe the fingertips creep a little bit further forwards and we bow that little bit further forwards. Beautiful. Keep both sit bones down and towards the mat. Have a full round of breath here. Nice big inhale. And a nice big exhale. From here, keep your right palm or maybe even your right forearm down through the center line, down and towards the ground. And you're just going to inhale, sweep the left arm up and over. So you're finding a little twist here. Beautiful. Energy out through those left fingertips. Inhale. And as you exhale, you come back down, so you change over. So again, either the left palm or the left forearm comes down through the center line. Change over. Inhale, sweep up through the right. Lovely. Well done. Nice big inhale. Exhale, come all the way back down. One more breath here. Nice big inhale. Nice big exhale. And then you start to inhale again and walk the fingertips back towards you, lifting the chest all the way back up. Lovely. From here, we're going to transition to our tabletop. So as always, you can either swim the torso through, or maybe you just swing the legs round to one side, gently making your way into this sturdy tabletop foundation. So making sure we've got the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, spreading the fingertips nice and wide, actively pressing the ground away. And from here we'll move through our little bit of cat and cow. So inhale to lift the chest, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone, slight dip in the belly as you arch. And then exhale, tucking the chin down towards your chest, press the ground away, reach out through the back of the shoulder blades. Beautiful. And then you go again, inhale to lift, beautiful, marrying the movement to your breath. And exhale, curve. So again, we're really using the breath to help aid the movement, finding that little bit more space, that little bit more range of movement perhaps, and perhaps that range of movement is increasing slightly with every round. Lovely, well done. And feel free to move at a relatively slow pace, so we're not moving the body too abruptly here. Lovely, well done. Couple more rounds of breath here. Okay, let's have one more full round. Inhale, lift. And exhale, curve. Lovely, well done. Inhale, come back to your neutral spine, making sure we're not collapsing in the belly here. So keep knitting the rib cage together and keep the gaze down in between your hands. You're going to ground down through your right knee in both hands. Start to lift the left leg. So you're just going to keep that left knee bent. Send the left heel towards the sky. Then you're going to start to open that left knee out towards the side, starting to draw a nice big circle with that left knee. Beautiful. So how much of a circle can you draw with that knee in the sky? Lovely. Press down through all 10 fingertips here. Try to keep the shoulders square. I know it's quite tempting to kind of really lean into that right hand side. That is going to happen naturally, but try not to kind of collapse into that right hand side there. Lovely, well done. One more circle this way. And then we change at the direction. Lovely. So starting to activate perhaps a little bit into our glutes there. Lovely, and cultivating that little bit of heat, that little bit of fire in your bellies. Beautiful. Okay, one more inhale, one more nice big circle. And exhale, gently settle that left knee down next to right. Have a little wiggle in the hips, a little shake from side to side. Then we're going to come straight over onto the other side. So ground down through your left shin and all 10 fingertips, lifting the right foot towards the sky, keeping that right knee bent. And then inhale as you open that right knee out towards the side. Starting to draw again those nice big circles. And again, keeping this relatively slow for this moment here. Okay, so taking it nice and easy, still working with the breath. Keep knitting the ribcage together. So again, you're not collapsing in the torso there. Beautiful. And then change at that direction. Lovely, well done. Press down through all 10 fingertips. Keep the elbows a little bit soft. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, settle that right knee down and next to left. Beautiful. And again, have another little wiggle. A little shake of the hips from side to side. Beautiful. Okay, and then tucking all 10 toes under. Press down through the fingertips. Press down through the toes. Start to peel the knees away from the mat. Fly the hips towards the sky. Keep the knees bent for a moment. So we really glue the belly to the top of our thighs. And then we maybe find a little bit more length. Keeping that close proximity or keeping that connection between the belly and your thighs as you start to find that length down the legs. Lovely. And as always, as you come into your first downward facing dog of the practice, you might like to bring a little bit of movement in here. Beautiful. So you might be bending one knee at a time, or perhaps you're bending both knees, finding that connection once more. And then lifting the tailbone up as high as you can. Lovely. Press down through the fingertips to protect your wrists here, finding that upside down V shape. Have one more nice big inhale here. One more exhale. Inhale, looking forwards towards your fingertips. Have a little bend in the knees. You're just going to start to walk the feet forwards towards your hands. Walking heel to toe, leaving that footprint behind with every step. Maybe the hands need to come away from the mat in order for that to happen. Have as much of a bend in the knees as you wish as you come into your standing forward fold. Feet arrive hip distance apart, toes pointing forwards. And you can have a little sway from side to side, really making sure we're aiding that release in our lower spine and that release in the back of the neck, so the arms just hang heavy here, the head just hangs heavy. Beautiful. And then on your next inhale, generous bend through the knees, tucking the tailbone under, just having that nice juicy roll up through the spine, stacking up bone by bone, taking your time here. So as always, the head is the final thing to lift, and then we send those shoulders down and away. Beautiful. So standing up nice and tall, having that tuck of the tailbone under, little lift up through the chest, crown of the head towards the sky. Lovely. Take a nice big inhale in, energy reaching out through the fingertips, grow tall. Exhale, bring the palms down through heart center. Lovely, well done. Twice more. Inhale, close the eyes should you wish. Exhale, palms down. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Palms down. Lovely. Well done. Half sun salutations. Inhale, grow tall. This time as you exhale, you're going to separate the palms, open out through the heart, pour the body down to your standing forward fold. And maybe there's a little bit more length, there's a little bit more space. Beautiful. And then as you inhale, find that halfway lift. Fingertips lift up towards your shins. Shine the crown of the head forwards, tailbone back, chest parallel to the ground. Exhale, return to your fold. Inhale, we bend the knees, start to rise all the way back up. This time we sweep the arms out to the side as we go. Exhale, palms down. And again, twice more. Inhale. Exhale, separate the palms, pour the body down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees as you rise. Exhale, palms down. Lovely, one more time. Inhale. Exhale, open out through the heart, swan dive over the legs. Lovely. Inhale, ripple on up, find that length. Exhale, maintain that length as you fold. Inhale, bend the knees, ripple back up. Beautiful. And exhale, palms down. Lovely. We're going to move the whole body a little bit quicker now. Inhale again, grow tall. Exhale, open out the arms, pour the body down. Standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the fingertips down, take a nice giant step back with your left leg. So you can modify here should you wish. You can drop that left knee down towards the mat, or you can keep it lifted as you brush the fingertips along the mat, lift the chest. Use the entirety of your inhale as you rise all the way up, staying strong through the legs there. Take a moment as you arrive just to check your alignment, make sure right knee is over the right ankle. You can have a little softness in that back knee if you wish, if that helps you. Tuck the tailbone under. Beautiful. Have an inhale here. Have an exhale. And we send the palms of the hands back down towards the mat. Step your right foot back next to left. Press the ground away into your plank. Inhale. Exhale, maybe you lower the knees first, hug the elbows in, softly come all the way down towards the mat. Inhale, swim the torso through, take a little baby cobra. So it's up to you, you can keep maybe there's no pressure in the hands at all, maybe there's light pressure down through the fingertips and you come up halfway. Or maybe you want to lengthen out through the arms and come up a little bit higher, depending on where you are in your practice today. Have an inhale as you tuck the toes, fly the hips towards the sky, back to your downward facing dog. And a full round of breath here, either with stillness or with a little bit of movement in your choice. Exhale. Ground down through the right foot. Inhale, left toes towards the sky. Exhale, left knee in. And softly step that left foot forwards. Guide it there if you need to. Right knee down. Or right knee lifted, your choice. Brush the fingertips, use the entirety of your inhale. As you rise on up, stay strong through the legs, keep sinking into that left knee. Exhale, dive on down. Right foot is going to step forwards next to left into your standing forward fold. Inhale, another halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees and you rise. Exhale, palms down. Beautiful. Other side. Inhale. Exhale, pull the body down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the fingertips, giant step back with the right leg. Lovely, well done. And again, find that strength of the legs as you rise. Beautiful energy out through the fingertips as you go. Exhale. Left foot steps back next to right into your plank. Inhale. Exhale, maybe the knees stay lifted this time as we softly lower the body down as one piece. Beautiful. Inhale. Roll the shoulders away, coming into your cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, hips to the sky, down dog. Full round of breath. Inhale. Exhale. Ground down through the left toes, sweeping the right leg high. Exhale, right knee in towards the chest. Softly step that right foot forwards. Beautiful. Stay low in that right knee. Brush the fingertips. Rise on up as you inhale. Exhale, soften back down. Left foot forwards next to right. Forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Rise on up. Exhale, palms down. Beautiful, really well done. Take a moment in standing just to heel toe the feet together. So squeezing the legs together, drawing into that midline of the body. Have an inhale. As you exhale, generous bend through the knees, sink the hips down nice and low, brushing the fingertips along the mat, then all that lifts is just your chest and your arms. So coming into your Utkatasana, your chair pose, so you're heavy in your hips, heavy in your heels, continue to knit the rib cage together. Again, making sure we're not compromising our spine by having too much of an arch there. Keep tucking the tailbone under. Lovely, well done. Have an inhale, and have an exhale. One more inhale. One more exhale. Lovely. Pour the body down. Back to your standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms. You can either step one foot back at a time here, or maybe you're ready to hop straight back to your plank. Finding that nice long line, nice soft landing there. Inhale. Exhale, feel the elbows graze your ribs as you come down through that nice soft landing. Inhale, swim the torso through. Exhale, tuck the toes, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Lovely, well done. Have an inhale here. And have an exhale. Ground down through the left foot. Inhale, sweep the right toes to the sky. Exhale, squeeze the right knee in towards the chest. Bring the shoulders over the wrist. As you inhale, you're going to send those right toes straight back again. Exhale, right knee in. Inhale, send that leg straight back. Exhale, right knee in. Inhale, hover here. And then exhale, softly stepping that right foot forwards. Lovely, well done. From here, take a moment just to drop that left heel down slightly. So you turn those left toes out 45 degrees. And then again, brush the fingertips along the mat. Lift in the chest, lift in the arms. This time, instead of a high lunge, you're coming into a warrior one. So that back heel is down here, but you've still got the same idea of shining both hips forward. So you want to really rotate this left hip to point towards the top of your mat. Keep sinking into that right knee. Arms are still reaching up nice and high. Lovely, well done. Okay, we have an inhale here. We have an exhale. Inhale, open out to your warrior two. So again, you pivot on that back foot. So now the left toes turn out 90 degrees into your warrior two. So press the palms down, sinking into that right knee. Lovely, well done. So you've got this nice long line from one arm to the other. Have an inhale. And have an exhale. Release the arms down. Hands meet behind you now. So interlace the fingertips at your lower spine. As you inhale, send the backs of the hands away. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift up through the heart here. Then as you exhale, you're going to dive the torso down just on the inside of this right leg, making sure we're not just resting the belly on this front thigh. Keep diving all the way down, lifting the backs of the hands up towards the ceiling. And you can use the weight of your hands to fall a little bit further forwards here. Keep sinking the hips down and ground down through the feet. Beautiful, well done. If it's too much for your shoulders, feel free to maybe release the arms down. Maybe you stretch them forwards. Lovely, okay. One more big breath in. One more big breath out. Inhale, use your core, use the power in your legs to lift the chest all the way back up. And then release the hands back into your warrior two. Lovely, well done. Inhale here. As you exhale, windmill the arms all the way down, back to frame that front foot, lift that left heel, step the right foot back, next left into your plank. Exhale, control that lower down. Maybe this time instead of a cobra, you take an upward facing dog by pressing into the tops of the feet, lifting the hips and thighs away from the mat. And then exhale, roll over those toes, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Have an inhale here. Have an exhale. Repeat all of that on the other side. Ground down through the right foot. Inhale, left toes to the sky. Keep the hips square. Exhale, squeeze that left knee in towards the chest. Shoulders over the wrist. Inhale, fly that left leg straight back nice and high. Exhale, left knee in. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left knee in. Inhale, hover here. Keep squeezing it in towards the chest. Exhale, softly step the left foot forwards. Lovely. So again, take a moment, drop the right heel down, turn those toes out 45 degrees, brush the fingertips, lift the chest, rise on up to your warrior one. So again, keep the hips pointing forwards. Lovely, well done. Energy out through the fingertips, keep sinking into that left knee. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, open out, warrior two. So again, left toes stay where they are, right toes turn out 90 degrees. Press the palms down, sink back into that left knee. Lovely, well done. So you're really pressing down through that little toe of the back foot there. Okay, nice long line through the arms. Have an inhale. And have an exhale. Release the hands. Hands meet behind you at your lower spine. Interlace the fingertips. Inhale, send the backs of the hands away. Lift up through the heart. Lift up through the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, dive down on the inside of that left leg. So again, making sure we're not just resting the belly on that front thigh. Keep sinking down in the hips. Lovely, well done. Remember, there's that option to release the arms down, maybe reach them forwards, should you wish to modify here. Beautiful. One more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, use that strength to lift yourself all the way back up. Release the hands back out into your warrior two. Lovely, inhale. Exhale, windmill the arms all the way back down. Lovely, lift that right heel. Step that left foot back next to right into your plank. Inhale. Exhale, move through your vinyasa. Maybe you come through a chaturanga to your up dog. Exhale, hips to the sky, into your down dog. Lovely, well done. Have an inhale here. Have an exhale. Inhale, look forwards towards your fingertips. Bend in the knees. You can either step one foot forwards at a time or maybe hopping both feet forwards to your standing forward fold. Lovely, well done. Inhale as you arrive. Have a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, heel toe the feet together again. Squeeze the legs together. Bend the knees, sink the hips down, brush the fingertips along the mat. Lifting the chest back up into your chair pose. So again, as you lift the chest, try not to be tempted to come up a little bit higher here. Stay nice and low in the legs. Beautiful, okay. Have an inhale. Have an exhale, maybe sink a little bit lower. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, rise up towards the sky. Exhale, release the arms down. Lovely, well done. Have a little shake of the shoulders there. Separate the feet back out, hip distance apart. Beautiful, going to make our way back down. Inhale, sweep the arms up, grow tall. Exhale, separate the palms. Dive on down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, stepping or hopping back to your plank, your choice. Lovely, inhale. Exhale, control that lower as you move through your flow. Option is to completely skip this out. If you'd rather miss this out and go straight back to your downward facing dog, feel free to do so, and we will all meet there. Lovely. Okay, take a moment here, take a breath. One more inhale, and one more exhale. Ground down through the left foot. Inhale, right toes to the sky. Exhale, squeeze that right knee in towards the chest, shoulders over the wrist. Inhale, right leg straight back, lift the hips. Exhale, squeeze it back in. Inhale, right toes to the sky. Exhale, right knee in. Inhale, hover. Exhale, softly step that right foot forward on the outside of that right hand. Lovely, well done. So that right hand just comes on the inside of the leg here. You may want to straight away modify and drop that left knee down should you wish. So we're working towards a little bit of a lizard posture. So it's entirely up to you. You can take this a little bit more easier today, or if you're working towards that nice deep stretch, maybe you keep that left knee lifted. Maybe you even come down onto your forearms. Lovely, well done. Okay, turn those right toes out ever so slightly. Make sure that right knee is over the right ankle. Lovely, taking a few deep breaths here. Stay with the breath. Send it around the entirety of your body. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely, well done. Inhale. And exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Press down through the palms. Lift the chest if it's not already. Take care here. So you might need to bring this right leg a little bit further back. Now you're going to gently come to the outside edge of both feet. So you roll to the outside edge of the left foot. Roll to the outside edge of the right. Rotate that right knee out slightly. Lift the hips towards the sky. Maybe that right hand can float off. Reach up. Beautiful. This is only for an inhale. And then as you exhale, you can come all the way back. Lovely. Right foot steps back next to left. Inhale. Exhale. Optional vinyasa. Or, of course, go straight back to your downward facing dog, should you prefer. Lovely. Well done. Just got to do this on the final side, and then we're going to think about slowing things down. Well done, everyone. Inhale here. Exhale. Ground down through the right foot. Inhale. Lift the left. Exhale. Left knee in. Inhale, left toes lift. Exhale, squeeze that left knee back in. Inhale, left toes lift. Exhale, squeeze that left knee back in. And then softly step it again to the outside edge of that left hand. Again, work your way through those options. Modify by dropping that right knee down, should you wish. As always, as you come into the posture, don't feel as though once you arrive, that's it, that's where you have to stay. That's not the case at all. Always feel free to adjust. Make those little adjustments here and there. Beautiful. So whether the right knee is down or the right knee is lifted, or whether the palms are down or whether you're down on your forearms, take those 3 and steady breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale. Press down through the palms, lifting the chest back up. Take care here as you come to the outside edge of both feet again. So you come to the outside edge of the right foot, come to the outside edge of the left foot. Let that left knee fall out towards the side, slightly ground down through the right fingertips. Lift the left arm, beautiful. Remember, it's just for a nice big inhale. Then as you exhale, gently come all the way back through center. Step that left foot back next to right. Inhale. Exhale, optional vinyasa. Or straight back, downward facing dog. Beautiful, really well done. Okay, take a little bit longer here in your downward facing dog. So again, take a few moments with your breath. Bend the knees, shake the hips from side to side. Make sure releasing through the back of the neck, so maybe you're shaking the head, nodding the head. Of course, if you need a little bit of rest here, do feel free to come down to a child's pose and release through the shoulders there. Lovely, well done. If you're still in your downward facing dog, we're going to stay here for a couple more moments. Lovely, so bring as much movement in as you wish, whatever comes naturally to you here. Okay, I'm going to have one more inhale. And one more exhale. Inhale, looking forwards towards your fingertips. We're going to make our way to seated, so feel free to make your own way there, or you can try transition. By bending the knees, you're going to hop the feet forwards, crossing at the ankles. Lovely, so it's quite a tricky transition there, so don't worry if you kind of just brought yourself down to the mat in your own way. That works absolutely fine. Okay, so take a moment to arrive in seated. You're going to bring the knees up towards the ceiling. I'm actually going to face this way for you. Okay, so knees point up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to send the knees out towards the side, so the soles of the feet come together. And this is where we're going to start to slow things down slowly. So again, make all those adjustments and make sure those sit bones are firmly rooted down. We can sit up nice and tall. Maybe you find you need to lean up against the wall here. If you find that you're kind of slouching here, if you need that little bit more lift. And just taking hold of the soles of the feet like you're holding open the pages of a book. So as you open the soles of the feet, seeing if that encourages the knees to fall a little bit further out towards the side maybe. Keep lifting it through the heart, lifting it through the chest. And maybe you allow the eyes to close as you take a moment here and draw all of that lovely awareness in. Notice how you feel, notice your breath, notice your heartbeat perhaps. Lovely. Perhaps you're sending your breath down to your hips maybe. And just seeing if with every exhale we can release just that little bit more. Lovely. Let the breath again gently slow back down. But keeping this awareness, if the mind is wandering off, that is okay, that is a natural thing to happen, but just see if we can keep the focus in our practice. So maybe that's coming back to counting your breath here. Or maybe it's just simply noticing what's happening inside the body right here, right now, noticing any little sensations. Noticing that natural movement of the lungs, of the rib cage as you breathe. Lovely. Take one more inhale here. And one more exhale. Lovely, well done. From here, you're going to send the right leg out towards the side, keeping that right leg nice and active first of all. You might want to bring this left shin a little bit closer towards you. Again, make sure we're rooting down through the both sit bones. If you have a block, this is where you're probably going to need your block. I'll give you an option if you don't have the block in a moment. Okay, so you're just going to bring the block on the inside of the leg. You can have it on the outside, so maybe choose where you want to have it there. Bring your right hand towards the back of the head. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, see if we can gently bring that right elbow down towards the block, okay? Now with this left hand, inhale, sweep that left arm up. Exhale, allow to have a bend in that left elbow and also bring the left hand towards the back of the head. So you keep shining that left elbow towards the sky, keeping that left shoulder open. So try not to allow it to kind of close off in front of the face here. Beautiful. Maybe you even turn the gaze to look up towards the sky. You can also use this right hand as kind of like a platform for the head to rest on. So don't feel as though you have to kind of uncomfortably hold your neck here or hold your head. Use the right hand as a little shelf to rest the head, because we're going to stay here for a little bit of time. So find that place where you get a little bit of a stretch. Beautiful. If you're using a block, stay there. If you haven't got a block today, do not worry. All you're going to do is bring that right hand down on the inside of the right leg. Inhale, sweep the left arm up and over. Now, as I say, we are going to be here for quite some time, so maybe at some point you want to bring that left hand down and take a couple of circles maybe. Lovely. So you have lots of options. Beautiful. Okay. So decide where you want to be and stay with those slow and steady breaths. Maybe imagine you're sending the breath down the back of that right leg. Feeling that stretch down through the left side body there. Lovely. Just spending a few more moments here with your breath. If the mind wanders again, gently bring it back. Really allow yourselves to give in to this moment here. Perhaps have 2 more breaths. Nice big inhale. Nice big exhale. 1 more inhale. And one more exhale. Lovely. As you gently release the body out through the posture, remember coming out of the posture is just as important as coming in. So really try to move the body nice and slow. Try not to rush. Beautiful. And again, we're gently going to transition onto the other side. So start to fold this right knee in and send the left leg out towards the side. Beautiful. So really gentle as we transition the body. Try not to move the body too abruptly, and just take that same variation you had on the other side. So if you are using your block, bring the left hand towards the back of the head. Gently guide that left elbow down towards the block. Take a moment as you inhale, sweep that right arm up. And allow that to have a bend in that right elbow as you also bring it to the back of the head here. Really trying to roll that right elbow up towards the sky as if you're looking up towards that elbow as well. Beautiful. Allow yourself to soften again. If you haven't got a block today, remember you've got that same variation, reaching that right arm up and maybe taking a couple of circles here. Lovely, well done. So again, allow the eyes to drift to a close. Beautiful. Okay. Spending a few more moments here with your breath. Notice that rib cage expand on the right hand side. Imagine you're breathing into that space in between every bone of the rib cage. Seeing if we can breathe that little bit more deeply perhaps. Taking a couple more breaths. Lovely. Okay, 2 more breaths here, slow and steady. Nice big inhale. Nice big exhale. One more inhale. One more exhale. Again, take care here as you gently make your way out of the posture. No need to rush. You have all the time in the world here. Beautiful. From here, you're going to fold this left knee back in. So fold the left shin back in. Come into this little diamond shape once more. But this time, you're going to have a slightly bigger diamond. So you're going to have the feet a little bit further out in front. So don't feel that you have to have the feet so close towards you this time. You're still going to need your block if you have one. Or alternatively, you can use a cushion here. But this time, instead of kind of really holding onto the feet and then turning the feet outwards, you might just have a soft grip on the feet here. Or perhaps you're not holding onto the feet at all. Maybe the hands come in front and the forearms like fold in front of the shins. Allow your spine to round here. So all you're going to do is gently take hold of the feet, or maybe just release the arms down, bowing down into this little forward fold. And allow yourself to soften here. So you can hold here if you don't have any props. This might be where you're at today. If you have a block, perhaps choose whichever level you'd like your block to be at and use it as a platform for the forehead to rest on. And again, the same idea if you have a cushion. That works just as nicely there. Just use it for the head to rest on so we can really soften and surrender into this posture. And again, we're going to take a few moments here. With every exhale, send that release throughout the entirety of your being. Send that softness. Beautiful. And it's always in these moments of stillness that we tend to notice these different sensations in the body, and perhaps those sensations are not entirely or not as comfortable as you'd like them to be. And sometimes it's kind of hard to sit with those sensations. And so if that's the case for you, there's this little reminder I was taught by my meditation practitioner throughout my teacher training, that if you notice something 3 times, only after those 3 times, make a little change to take the pressure off. So perhaps if you're noticing a slight strain in your hamstring maybe, just take a moment to notice it and see if we can let it go.
And then perhaps, for instance, that little sensation comes back after some time. And we repeat that process again, seeing if we can sigh it away and let it go. If it comes back a third time, that's when we can make a little tiny adjustment. Again, try not to move the body abruptly. Beautiful. So that's only for when you're feeling little moments of discomfort perhaps. If there's any pain, of course, don't feel as though you have to stay there. But know that some of these stretches are designed to be comfortably uncomfortable. So they're not always the most comfortable of poses, but if they were, we'd be in them all the time. So there's always just that little bit of challenge maybe. So seeing if we can perhaps surrender to that challenge, give in to it, let it be, let it go. Beautiful. In your own time, take 2 more breaths here. Nice big inhale. One more. Lovely. As you finish that final exhale, really ever so gently make your way out of this forward fold. Lifting the head, lifting the chest. Beautiful. Take your time. Maybe you keep the eyes closed here. That's absolutely okay. We're going to take one final little restorative stretch, and this is where you might want your cushion. So you're going to open the legs out towards the side. So if you've got a cushion like me, if you've got quite a big cushion, maybe roll it up into a little more of a bolster shape. So as you open the legs out towards the side, you can allow the feet to kind of relax here. Don't worry so much about really activating down the back of the legs so much. You can allow the toes to release, but just make sure the toes aren't rolling in or rolling out. Try to have them kind of straight up or straight out towards the side there. Okay. Lie your cushion, or perhaps it's a blanket that you're using, that will work absolutely fine. And just take a moment to bring the body down, and perhaps you can rest the forehead into the cushion here. And of course, this isn't going to be accessible for everyone. Perhaps you've not got this range in your forward fold, so feel free to use as many cushions as you need here, as many props. You can stack them up in a particular way where you can find that little supports for the forehead. So do feel free to have a few moments to kind of find a place where it suits you. Okay, everyone's different, everyone's experience is going to be different, so really be sure to tailor the practice to you. Okay, lovely, well done. And then once you've found that place, you can either bring the forehead down, or maybe you turn the head towards the side. Lovely, well done. And just coming back to that idea of what I said about the pose being comfortably uncomfortable, this is definitely one of those poses. So as the body starts to soften, you'll notice there's a few sticky points, there's a few moments of tightness. I really want you to focus on your breath here. The breath is the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter what the pose looks like for you. All that matters is how it feels and your breath. So using your exhale to again send that softness. Let the torso feel heavier and heavier. And over time you might feel there's a little bit more space to go that little bit deeper, but try not to rush it. Really allow the body to kind of guide you there. So perhaps you don't even notice that you come further into the posture. It's just a natural process. Lovely, well done. And then at any point, perhaps you gently lift the head and turn the gaze in the opposite direction.
chest again so it's nice and equal. Beautiful. Perhaps thinking what you can notice here. Any sounds you might hear. Perhaps it's just the sound of your own breath, or if you're practicing this with someone, maybe it's the sound of that person's breath next to you. Seeing if we can again keep that breath nice and steady. Coming back to those counts like we had at the beginning if you wish. Lovely, taking our final few rounds of breath here. In your own time, breathe at your own pace. One more final breath. Beautiful. As you finish that last exhale, again, ever so gently making your way out of the posture, so ever so gently taking your time as you lift the head, lifting the chest, walk the hands closer towards you, rising back up, place your cushion out to one side, and then use your hands to help you towards the back of the knees, just to encourage those knees to close. It might take a little shimmy, a little shake. Lovely, well done. So from here, have a moment to just kind of sway the knees from side to side. So maybe you bring the hands back behind you and just wipe and blade the knees nice and easy. Again, it's nothing too precise here. Just easing out any tension that may have built in the hips there. Okay. Beautiful. Lovely. And then when you're ready, you're going to come all the way to lying down. As you go, bring the right knee in towards the chest. Keep that left knee kind of where it is. So you might send that left leg along your mat. That's quite a tongue twister. If that left leg can't rest comfortably here, feel free to have a bend in that knee. So again, you really release through the lower spine. What happens if we force that left leg out long? You might notice your lower spine starts to lift away from the mat here, and perhaps the knee isn't comfortable either. So again, decide where you want to place that left leg. Squeeze that right knee in towards the chest, and maybe you just take a few moments to draw a couple circles with that right knee. Lovely, well done. Being sure to change the direction. Okay, and you might go as far to take a little half happy baby here. Maybe you squeeze that right knee in towards the right side body. Bring the right arm on the inside of the knee and taking hold of the outside edge of the right foot. So the sole of the foot points up towards the ceiling, and you can keep a little bit of free movement here. Don't feel as though you have to be still. Maybe there's that little sway from side to side. Lovely. Send the breath to your hips here. And of course, if this doesn't work for you, maybe you just take hold of the shin, or maybe you're just still just drawing that right knee in towards the chest. That's absolutely fine. Okay. And just taking one more full round of breath here. Nice big inhale. And a nice big exhale. Gently letting go of that right foot. Bring your right leg to cross on top of the left. Release the arms out towards the cactus shape, or maybe even a T shape. And then as you exhale, you're going to allow both knees to fall towards the left-hand side, coming into a nice spinal twist here. Lovely, well done. So allow the right hip to lift away from the mat, keeping that right shoulder blade down. And maybe you gaze towards the right-hand side in the opposite direction of your knees. Lovely, well done. And again, we take a nice full round of breath here. Nice big exhale. Inhale
As you come all the way back up through center, take your time there. Uncross the right leg, bring the right foot down towards the mat, or again choose to whether you'd like to extend that right leg out in front. Bring the left knee in towards the chest, have a little hug of that left knee in towards the chest. And again, maybe you draw a few nice big circles with that left knee. Just taking everything nice and easy for these final few moments of our practice. Really continuing to be aware of the body here. So we're not just using this as a time to rest, although it is a time to rest, but not just completely forgetting about the practice. Remember why you are here. Lovely. And then when you're ready, maybe you move towards that half happy baby, draw that left knee towards the left side body. Arm comes on the inside of that left knee, taking hold of the outside edge of that left foot. And the left sole of the foot shines towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Okay. Have a little sway from side to side should you wish. Okay. Have just one more inhale. And one more exhale. Gently letting go of that left foot, crossing that left leg over the right. Release the arms again out into that cactus or T-shape. And then as you exhale, send both knees down towards the right hand side, finding that spinal twist on the other side. Left hip lifts, left shoulder blade stays down, and maybe you turn the gaze to look towards the left. Beautiful, really well done. A few more breaths here. One more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale as you come back through center, uncrossing the left leg, and then from here just take a final moment to draw both knees in towards the chest. Have a little hug here, squeeze the knees in. Maybe you go as far to curl yourselves up into a little ball, maybe bringing your nose all the way towards your knees. And then gently release the body all the way down. So we're going to work our way into our Shavasana. So as always, you can keep the knees bent, especially if you are having any trouble with your lower spine today. Or maybe you send the legs out long to the bottom corners of your mat to allow the toes to kind of flop out towards the side. Choose where you want to place your arms. Maybe they're resting on your belly. Or maybe the arms are simply down by your sides with the backs of the hands into the ground. Fingertips just naturally curling in. And perhaps if they're not already, allow the eyes to drift to a close. And welcome yourself again to a place of quiet and calm, a place of deep awareness where nothing else matters apart from you, your bodies and your breath. So there's nowhere else you need to be, nothing else you need to do, apart from simply be here in this moment. And maybe you even thank yourself for allowing yourself this moment right here, for allowing yourself to come to your practice, to come to your mat, and take the body through a little bit of movement and quieten down the mind. So perhaps finishing by having that small sense of gratitude for you, for the practice, appreciating the practice for what it was and all that it brought you today. Taking a few moments just to allow yourselves to just be. Let the breath return back to a gentle, steady pace. The heartbeat return back to its natural rhythm. And know that everything is as it should be right now. Then when you're ready, take a nice big inhale in through the nose, filling up the lungs entirely. Exhale, release with a sigh. And again, inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Really take your time as you start to introduce a little bit of movement back into the body. Start to wiggle the fingertips, wiggle the toes, rotate into the wrists and into the ankles. And then when you're ready, on your next inhale, sweep the arms up and above behind the head. Take a nice big energizing stretch here, seeing how long you can make the body. Allow yourselves to grow. And exhale again, allow that soft, heavy feeling to take over as you again melt back down into your mat and the arms simply float back down towards your sides. It's up to you. You can choose to stay here for a little bit longer if you wish, but if you're ready to go, take your time as you choose a side, roll all the way over onto that one side. Perhaps you even pause for a moment, making a little pillow with the hands for the head to rest on. And then gently using your hands to help you to press yourselves back up, coming to a comfortable seated position back where we started. And maybe you can keep the eyes closed as you gently transition into this place. Lovely. Bring the palms of the hands on towards the knees. Settle those shoulders down and away from those ears. Keeping the eyes closed as we close off the practice, as always, with the blessing. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you at night. May the rain wash away your worries. And may the breeze blow new strength throughout your being. And may you walk through the world knowing its beauty all the days of your life. And with that, we bring the palms, the hands together in front of the heart. And we bow, namaste. Lovely. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for practicing with me again today. I do hope you enjoyed it. So do feel free, if you did enjoy it, leave me a little like, maybe even a little comment. You know I love to hear from you. And of course, if there's anything else you want to see from me in the next coming weeks, do let me know and I will try my best to deliver. All right, I will see you next week with another free YouTube class. All right, see you then. Mwah.